Here's a list of measuring and marking out tools that would be really useful when you're starting out in your woodworking journey. Pencils, and not just one, but a whole packet of pencils. If you've got pencils, you're going to need sharpeners and erasers. If you're going to go for pencils, you could also go with a carpenter's pencil and a pen. There's the pen rolling. Carpenter's pencil, it's quite thick, a flat side, it's not rounded, so it doesn't roll. Well, that's one of the reasons, and it's one helpful thing. Notepad, tape measure. If you're getting this, go for one of the ones that has imperial measurements as well as metric measurements. It'll do conversions for you as well, which you'll need. So that's very useful. Your tape measure. Rulers, it's handy to have a steel rule because we can measure accurately with tape measures, but they're flexible and sometimes it's a little out. And if you're going for the accuracy of 1 mil, get yourself a steel rule. 300 mil is obviously an easy one to carry around. If you're doing other work, a meter long one would be really useful. Pencil case, when you're starting out, you keep things mostly square, straight, right angles, 45-degree angles, but sometimes you do want to put some curves in things. A compass, very useful, and a protractor. Then a marking out gauge. So this is a combination marking out gauge where it has 3 pins. 2 of the pins on their own is a mortise marking gauge. 1 pin is a marking gauge. 3 pins go with that. It saves you having to buy the other 2 when you're starting out. And it does the combination of marking and mortise marking gauges. So a combination marking gauge. My favorite go-to tool, combination square. Combination square typically has a 300 mil steel rule with imperial inches on it and metric on it. This will slide back and forth to tighten that up. It will do 45 degrees, 90-degree angles, level if we're using it, and this little scribe. So definitely a combination square. Really useful. A tri-square. Tri-square, you'd want to go for a tri-square. Even though the combination square will do the 90 degrees, it's very handy to have yourself a tri-square to check out as well. Check your work as you're working along. And when we're working with angles, even though there may be straight lines, but we've got various angles, a sliding bevel that will slide around on the blade. The blade slides around. Now, the sliding bevel is a really useful tool, but when you buy these, some of them have the screw with a little notch sticking out. I find that gets in the way, a bit frustrating. Others have the screw here to loosen it and tighten it. I find this one by WorkPro nice and simple, really useful. It's got the screw on the top, which doesn't get in the way of the handle or the blade, and we can adjust that and mark up your timbers nice and easy on that one. A regular Stanley knife that's got a safe retractable blade on that. That's quite easy to use. So after you've marked up your timber, you might want to cut fibers on the timber. You can buy marking knives for it, but a Stanley knife like this is a good multi-use tool as well. And if your sharpener breaks, you can use it to sharpen your pencil. That's the basic list. So for more in-depth details on each of these and how to use them, typically the marking gauge and the combination square, check out the other videos. Hope that helps. Thanks.